Sam Ruthe, the 16-year-old Kiwi phenom, has done it again. We've been getting used to unreal performances from him over the last year, but this one was undoubtedly his best yet. Better than him winning the 3K and 1500 metre New Zealand titles aged just 15. Better than his 358 mile last year that made him the youngest sub-4 miler in history. And better even than his ridiculous 145 800 metre earlier this month, which qualified him to run at the World Indoor Championships. His performance at the Cooks Classic was mind-blowing. Ruthe just ran a stunning 3:53 for the mile, obliterating the equivalent marks of all the other teenage prodigies in history. Faster than Jakob Ingebrigtsen's 3:56 at the same age, and faster even than Cam Meyer's 3:55 aged 16. But 3:53 doesn't even tell the full story. His performance here was even better than the time suggests. We're going to run through the race blow by blow and then analyse just what made this race a turning point in the young career of Sam Ruthe, and why it should send shockwaves across the world of middle distance running. There were two major storylines running into this race. Most obviously, it marked the next instalment in Ruthe's relentless assault on the age grade world record books, having taken the 1500, mile and 3K aged 15 records last year, and come close to the age 16 1500 metres and 5000 records already this year. But also, the Sam versus Sam narrative, as the battle of New Zealand's finest, was hotting up nicely. 25-year-old two-time Olympian Sam Tanner had got the better of Ruthe over 5K in December, but the younger Sam had struck back in an 800 metres last weekend, taking the lead with 250 metres to go and holding off his rival in the home straight. That victory had clearly changed the dynamic between the pair. The Olympian had realised that he could no longer act as mentor to the young prodigy, towing him around to fast times while holding back enough to still win the race. They were now evenly matched, and he was going to race like it. And so, to the Cooks Classic race. The pacer had been instructed to go through 1 kilometre in 2:24, equivalent to a 3:53 high or 3:54 low mile. But for the first time in a race in New Zealand between the two, Sam Tanner showed absolutely no interest in getting on the pace. With a 3:49 PB to his name already, there was no need for him to chase a time. Sam Ruthe was the one who wanted to set that age grade record, and Tanner was going to take full advantage of that. Ruthe showed no qualms about going straight to the front, but the pacer didn't do him any favours. Perhaps nervous about the responsibility attached to the occasion, he got out too hard, splitting the first 109 metres in just under 56 seconds, or the equivalent of a 54 flat for the first 400. Obviously, that was far less than ideal for Ruthe's chances of a fast time. 54 seconds is 3:38 mile pace, and it showed in the second lap, as the pacer struggled to a 59.5 second split before dropping out altogether soon after the halfway point. Ruthe was left on the front, fatigue in his legs from that fast first lap, and faced with dragging a patient Sam Tanner around into a headwind in the home straight. But he coped admirably. Recognising they were ahead of pace, he slowed down just enough on the third lap to recover his strength for a kick, while keeping the record within sight. Clocking 62 seconds for his third circuit, he reached the bell in 2:57, still in with a chance. From there, he ramped up the pace, trying to stretch away from Tanner. But Tanner is a quality athlete, and he cruised along in the slipstream. With 200 metres to go, Ruthe looked to be tiring, but ratcheted things down further, powering around the bend and giving it everything he had into the home straight. It wasn't enough. Tanner eased out and passed Ruthe with 70 metres to go, striding away towards the line and gaining revenge on his young rival for his defeat the previous week. It was Tanner's victory, but when the dust had settled, it was Ruthe's race. The 16-year-old had done the extraordinary. We have seen high schoolers pulled along to fast times before in strong international fields over the years, but Ruthe had just run nearly 2 seconds faster than any 16-year-old in history, while front-running. And the fact that he was forced to front-run shows his full potential. Sam Tanner is a two-time Olympian with PBs of 3:31 for 1500 metres and 3:49 for the mile, and has even won a Diamond League meet at the Prefontaine Classic in 2022. But he now recognises that he and Sam Ruthe are so closely matched that he has to race clever against him and let Ruthe take the pace. Which begs the question of just how much faster Ruthe can run this year. He said after the race that he wants to bring his time down further, and with a trip to the US on the cards later in the season, it's going to be fascinating to see just how fast that will end up being. At this point, nothing would surprise us. The other implication is what this means for Sam Ruthe's chances of gold medals in future global championships. He is now running races over every major distance from the 800 metres to the 5k this season, and the results regarding where his relative strengths lie are very interesting. Looking at his PBs, it is clear that the mile and 1500 metres are his best events. The 1500 is a little subpar, as it was run completely solo in the rounds of his secondary school championships. But his next best distance is undoubtedly the 800 metres. And this is key for his future success as a championship racer. The trend of the last couple of years is for 1500 metre races to be won with blisteringly fast kicks. The level is too high in the event right now for anyone to run away from the field, with even Jakob Ingebrigtsen unable to do so when in the shape of his life at the 2024 Olympics. To win at the top level requires the ability to close a sub-3:30 race with a 25-second last 200 metres, and Sam Ruthe's 800 metre ability shows he has the potential to do just that. If we compare him to the phenoms that came before him, Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Cam Myers, the difference is striking. His 800 metre PB is already faster than either of them. Jakob ran 1:46 aged 19, and Myers' best was a 1:47 aged 17. Ruthe is already streets clear of those times, at still only 16 years old. Sam Ruthe, then, is looking like he has all the tools to go on to become a complete miler. I have no doubt that we'll see him competing for Olympic medals and World Championship titles in future. But before we get there, we are going to be treated to some more amazing performances in 2026. With potential trips to Australia and the US on the cards to line up against top international competition, his already mind-boggling PBs could be set to pop off into the stratosphere. I'll be following along as he amazes us again and again on this channel, so if you want to stay up to date with the feats of this precocious talent and get insights into what it all means for the future of distance running, please subscribe to my channel to catch every new performance as it happens. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you in the next one.